Ryan, with the success of this second unit, at least today, I would have to think, I would have to hope, I would pray that common sense starts to seep in to this coach's mind and think it's time to make a change. It's time to try something different. And it's time to make some really tough decisions. Because as cool as it was seeing this second unit get it together, tough decisions seems like is on the horizon. And one of these tough decisions that seems like it might have to be made is the emergence of Cam at the 4. Cam Reddish at the 4 over Cam at the 4 mixed with McBride. When you look at that unit from top to bottom, looks like it might be our best defensive unit. We have defenders all over the floor between Cam, IQ, who's been good defensively this season, McBride, RJ, and Sims or Mitch. You have pretty much 5 defenders, right?
Yeah.
You're pretty much 5 defenders, right? So I don't think it's an accident that they went 5 minutes and 45 seconds in the second quarter without scoring, because you got 5 defenders on the floor. And on top of that, you have guys who can potentially shoot in Cam and RJ and Quickley. And then you have in Cam who can penetrate and finish. He can finish better than everybody. Like, that squad seems like a perfect balance, at least right now. The only time I can actually maybe see some problems if there's a bigger 4, right, who can kind of handle Cam. But that blend of talent looks like a really good blend of offensive defense from 1 to 5 if they can get it together. And I'm not even saying Cam, I'm not even saying Cam is a perfect defender because he has his faults. But it seems like even now, Cam is getting more minutes and more reps. He's getting more comfortable in our defensive schemes. He's making less and less mistakes. So even his defense is looking way better. Like, this is woo. Am I correct? Ooh.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be some tough decisions to be made, because you have to remember, Obi is out and Grimes is out, and those are 2 of the young players that need time as well. And like, we all know Thibs. I doubt Thibs is going to bench his vets to give these guys playing time. I think the more than likely outcome is going to be Grimes is going to come back. Grimes is definitely going to get playing time because Thibs seems like he trusts Grimes.
Right.
Now, I feel like with the way that the lineup currently is in the second unit, I can probably see RJ getting less minutes with the second unit with Grimes back, and then Grimes just gets those minutes instead with the second unit.
True.
But now the issue is Obi, because Reddish is playing good right now. You cannot bench Reddish or lessen his minutes just because somebody else is back. So the issue is going to be now, are you going to go back to benching McBride and then give Obi those minutes and have him play with Obi, Reddish, Quickley, Grimes? Like, are you gonna, and Sims, like, are you gonna go with a lineup like that, or are you gonna actually like give the vets less minutes so you can try to fit McBride and Obi in there as well? And knowing Thibs, I doubt that's going to be the case. But yeah, decisions are going to be made, and I think the guy who's going to be the odd man out probably is going to be McBride once Obi and Grimes returns.
Which sucks, because the one I do like that, you know, it's funny. I want to see McBride with the ball more, but I also know that RJ running the point has helped him, especially running with the second unit, because RJ didn't start off playing well in this first quarter. He started playing badly in the first quarter, or at least bad on the offensive end. And in the second quarter, he started getting going running with the second unit and kind of carried over to the second part of the game. So that's a good point, Ryan. When we Grimes him back, maybe he'll be more exclusively with that second unit. But then it's like that ball handler. We Quickley needs that other ball handler.
Yeah, exactly.
To rely on. If Grimes is there, it can't be Grimes. Like, it definitely can't be Grimes. So I would hope it would be McBride, but I can see Coach. See, y'all about to have me call him Coach Come Over. I can see about reading the chat. I can see Tom Thibodeau. I can see Tom Thibodeau, like you said, putting McBride back on the bench and putting Obi in. But it's like, man, At this point, the way you seen the McBride defend, he actually hit a 3 today. I think you have to consider it. You have to consider a shakeup. If he's truly a coach who's open to adjustments, you have to test these lineups. And for the front office, this game today, knowing who knows if Tibbs is going to be here or not. Who knows if Tibbs is going to be here or not this summer. But if I know some people are saying he's long gone, I'm still on the belief that they might give him a half a season next season because they're boys. That's my thinking. But who knows? He could be gone in the summer. If he's gone in the summer, then none of this matters. But if they're planning on keeping him, they got to make things easier for him. And I feel like next summer might be the move to go more full on youth movement, seeing how this talent is producing right now. Like you definitely have to try to like move Fournier and get Grimes into that starting role in my mind. And I feel like that's gonna open up a lot of things. At least that moving Burks or Evan Fournier in that starting out of here. Moving Burks and Evan Fournier out of here in the summer is going to help us tremendously open up minutes for this youth movement, because it looks like we're onto something. With our struggles still happening, we are still really good, man. We still have the most amount of young talent we had in a long time, a very long time. Jeez.
Yeah, man, and I'm gonna be real about it, like, because right now the way it looks, the Knicks have 7 talented young players. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
7 talented young players, and you're gonna have to give these guys developmental minutes. And if you're gonna develop these guys, then you have to be real with yourself. Tibbs is not the right coach for the team, and I don't know. Like, I don't know Bryant's coaching style. I don't know if Bryant would be the right guy for the job. I mean, I would think that, him being a younger coach, maybe he would, more lean on the youth and try to develop the youth rather than play the vets like this.
Mm-hmm.
But, if that's the case, like, yeah, the Knicks are going to have to make a change at coaching, because especially if the Knicks get a high pick in this upcoming draft, like they get lucky enough to get a high pick and then another good young player comes in to add to that core that Knicks already have, then you have to go developmental coach. You have to.
Ryan, I don't see any chance in hell, especially if Tibbs is here, if we get another high pick, that he plays with this team. 2 pick, I don't even know if I want another, like, unless he's like a top 4 pick. Mm-hmm. I'm not even sure if I want him getting minutes with all these youth guys here. Unless he outright is that much better than the guys that are here already. I'm not even sure if I want that, because we have so much talent here that we need to develop. So it might be time to package some of this stuff and move on. Like,
but that's a good thing too, because say for example the Knicks draft a really good player in the draft, that's going to give you at least 8 young guys, like a core of 8 young players that are really good. You would have to think that some of these guys are going to draw interest from other teams, to where maybe you can't bring in that star player that you're eyeing, or whatever the case may be, for some of these young players, and then pair that star player with whichever young players are left over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you're the Knicks right now, you have to go towards development, because if you have all this young talent, I mean, it's either these guys can grow into better players, and then you can have these guys as your core to build into a better team into the future, or but coach these guys up to where they become so desirable by other teams that if there's a disgruntled superstar, you can easily make that trade,
right?
And bring that big superstar to the Knicks, and then from there you build from there. So
yeah.
I
mean, everybody's looking at Utah, so